Hey guys, welcome back to Likewise Pod. I'm Issa.
And I'm Sam, and we're so excited to be back for another episode this week. We feel so bad that we took last week off, but I think it was a really, really good break for us, and that we kind of needed it. And also, it gave us more time to just keep listening to Bailey's episode and thinking about how much we loved it.
No, literally, I mean, everyone's probably just so tired of hearing me say that, like, I love this episode, I love that episode, or, like, I love our pod, but, like, I'm so obsessed with it, and every single time I listen to it, I get something new out of it, and Bailey, I'm obsessed with you. Start your own podcast, please.
Yes, just so many little things she said. Issa and I tried to, like, go and, like, screen record on Spotify, like, save the audio into little clips on our phones, because it's just so cute, and, like, I want to, like, listen to some of what she says every day, like, when I need it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I need that clip of her saying sometimes it's, like, enough to, like, be okay with yourself, or, wow, I used to have it exactly memorized.
No, me too.
But in the moment, I can't recite it. It was so good, and, you know, she's saying, like, maybe that's enough sometimes, and I think I need to listen to that first thing every morning.
Yeah, no, like, as soon as she said it, like, when we were recording, and as soon as she said it, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I got chills. I was like, that's my favorite thing. Like, and I know that, like, that didn't really have anything to do with, you know, being that girl and stuff, but, like, that was my favorite quote of the whole episode, and I was like, honestly, that kind of does have to do with that girl, because it's like, you know, you can't always be that girl, or, like, even in those moments, you still are that girl, you know? And I was just like, wow, if there's anything we're gonna take away from this episode, it's going to be that. Like, shoot, I know, I used to have it memorized too.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the episode, you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
You'll see it. I just saw, it's so wild, like, after we recorded that episode, I've actually seen a couple TikToks, like we said, like, wishing we could see ones where people showed, like, the other side, or, like, maybe, like, when they're not being super productive, and I saw this girl make a TikTok that was, like, reminder that this girl doesn't exist, and it was, like, showing, like, all her cute aesthetic New York City clips, and it was, like, without this, and it showed, like, all her clips of her, like, working as a barista, and, like, hustling, and, like, doing a whole bunch of different jobs to, like, you know, live, and so it's just kind of, like, a reminder that this girl doesn't exist without this girl, and it was, like, it was so cute. That. Yeah, I loved it. I saw it today, and I was like, wow, we're starting to see it.
I love that. Okay, well, before we get into any more great content. So, do you want to get us started with your roses and thorns for the week?
Yeah, okay, this week I was really, really stressed, kind of starting last week too, and that's the main reason why we didn't record, was because we're coming to our final weeks of school, and all of our, like, papers, big things were due last week and this week, so all my group projects were due last week, and I kind of have been working solo in some of my groups, so that was really stressful, and we had our, like, big final presentation for that project yesterday, and it went better than expected, and so that's good, and then my presentation today went really, really well, so I guess that's kind of a rose, or, like, I don't know, something good that came from a thorn, and then overall roses, probably this weekend was really good. We had our alumni kind of, like, initiation that we talked about before a little bit. So it was good to just, like, see everybody from our, like, original pledge class that, like, maybe hasn't been around. Like, some of them have been student teaching, so they came back. So it was good to see them. We had our open to close on Saturday. It was on Saturday. And Issa and I hung out, like, all day that day, taking some grad pics for me. So yeah, it was overall a pretty good weekend. Did a lot of just things with friends to take my mind off of all the chaos of school coming this week.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay, my thorns. I wrote these out the other day. And so, I mean, there's still a thorn of the week. Yeah, it's because it's not just, like, a thorn of the day. Anyways, a thorn of the week. Like, Saturday to Sunday, I got 1.5 whole hours of sleep, because I'm an anxious sleeper and a procrastinator, so I put off a paper that I had to write by 11 a.m. and turn in by 11 a.m. Sunday. I put it off until Sunday, and because I'm an anxious sleeper. I couldn't fall asleep, and then when I finally did, I woke up an hour and a half later because I was so scared I wouldn't like wake up to my alarm that would go off at 4:30. So I was up from 2 a.m. to like midnight the next night. So yeah, but I got my paper in, and it'll be graded later this week. So we'll see. My rose is like circle degree, our alum in like initiation, like our third like round of initiation, I guess, because we have like 2 rounds when we're officially initiated. Sorry if these are secrets I'm not supposed to tell. But and then we have like this one that's initiation to like being alumni. I still don't know the words for it. I even looked it up and I still just don't really remember it. I think it's alumni for multiple of us.
Yeah, like as a group we're alumni.
Oh, as women we're alumni.
Yeah, as a group.
If we were men and women or just men, it would be alumni.
Or what about when they say alumnus?
Oh, wait, no, that's for men.
Oh.
No, that's for a man. A man is an alumnus.
Why can't they also just be an alumni?
That's like multiple.
Or
I think. I don't know. I looked it up. There's a
Oh, right, because we're alumna.
Yeah, we're
Singular.
Singular woman.
Oh, that's really chaotic, and I think it's kind of unnecessary.
I get.
I think we should all just be alumni.
Yeah, alum
for short.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And then my second rose is that we have a pod friend.
I know, I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to spoil it earlier, copy Issa, so.
Oh, it's fine. You could have. I mean, if it's a rose for you, too.
It's totally a rose for me.
No, it was so funny because, like, one day it just got, like, a follow on the pod Instagram and then a follow on the personal Instagram. And then Sam sends me, like, screenshots because I was not active on the pod Instagram. At that moment because I was doing something, and Sam sends me a screenshot. She's like, "Oh my gosh, look, like this girl like reached out to me and blah 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 blah." And then I said, "Hey, Rissa, how's it going? Love ya." And so like that's been a lot of fun, like talking with her. The past week. Oh my gosh, it's been like a week.
It's been a week.
Yeah, sorry, this would have been a rose last week, but we didn't record last week.
And we can also call it a bud because it's a friendship that's going to just continue to grow. It's always going to be a rose, and it's just going to like, it's something that is like a new thing that we're always looking forward to.
Yeah, and like this has been something that Sam and I have wanted for so long, and like I know I said it last year, like I was talking to Sam about this like the other day. I was like, okay, I know I said this last year, but I really feel like this year, 2022, is like our year for the pod, because like the Instagram just reached 100 followers finally. I feel like if we didn't take that 6-month break last year, we could have reached 100, but it's fine.
We're a little more like dedicated now in a way, because I feel like obviously like since we came back from the break and we like knew during like coming back that like, oh, like we are about to graduate and we're about to have to virtually record again. And I mean, probably not for a while. I think we're still gonna, like, make the in-person effort until, like, we possibly cannot.
Yeah.
But coming into it, like, I feel like just, like, that dedication was there, because after, like, if we really weren't gonna be dedicated to it, we probably wouldn't have started back up, because, like, we already had those 6 months off. That would have been, like, the time to just stop if we weren't gonna, like, put a lot into it and actually continue. Which is, like, weird to say. Obviously, that was never the intention, because I'm like, I don't want to imagine that.
I know.
But, because I love the pod.
No, I know,
so
me
I
too.
think just, like, having that break was good, because, like, it really, like, helped us see those intentions of, like, knowing this is something we want to put a lot of energy into and that we want to grow. And even, like, right after we recorded Bailey's episode, we were talking and we were writing up some things. That are secrets. And we were just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We were, like,
I forgot about that.
We were, like, just answering some questions for something. And...
tune in next week to find out what.
Tune in next week. We were answering these questions, and we even, like, said in it, like, this is something that, like, we want to... we hope to connect with other creatives through this creative means, and, like, through this way, like, we want to meet more people and, like, start new friendships through this journey, and then it happened.
Yeah. Like, I don't really have much more to say on it about, other than that, but, like, I I mean, because we've talked about, like, other podcasts that we really like smaller ones that we like, and we're like, oh my gosh, we could be friends with that person, we could be friends with that person, and then, like, randomly, like, we just, like, Sam just gets a DM, and then we have this, like, group chat on Snap now, and we just talk, and it's, like, it's so fun, and, like, I, kind of like what Sam was saying, like, the 6-month hiatus that we had, I feel like would have been the time where it's like, okay, Sam, do we really want to do this anymore? No, it's kind of a lot of work, we're just gonna stop, because, like, we haven't had anything in 6 months, but us like being intentional about like rebranding and like doing episodes differently or like labeling them differently or like actually making like our Instagram look good now and like making reels and like all these things, it's like we are doing like we're being intentional, like a lot more intentional about it now than we have in the past, which I think is really exciting. And I think it's like just makes for a brighter future for the pod and for us. And like in 5 years, I mean, I don't know like what I see myself doing exactly, but like I can totally see myself like still doing the pod with Sam. I mean, if it's alone, it won't be happening. I don't want to do it alone. But and like just like 10 minutes ago we were looking at homes on Zillow, and we found a beautiful $1 million home in Illinois, but that's beside the point. Like, if there's anything that I am sure that I absolutely want to be doing in 5, 10, 15 years, it's the pod. So I'm grateful for just this friendship that we have, and then also like Sam was saying, friendships that we're going to be making with other podcasters and like other like connections and networking and things like that.
Yeah, because like I don't know, I feel like it's so funny to. Like, it's good to have friends who have those, like, same creative interests as you, to help, like, motivate you to keep going. Because, like, honestly, like, we don't have very many friends who listen to podcasts, really, even at all. So, like,
yeah,
sometimes it's, like, they just don't really get it, which is fine.
Or they only listen to, like, 1 or 2 that are very not likewise.
Yeah, not similar to us at all. So... I don't know, it's nice to talk to people who do the same thing. Also, like, people who are, like, similar age as us and have similar interests or, like, things that they'll want to talk about. Is really fun because, I don't know, it's just so motivating. I know I kind of already said that, but it's really necessary to, like, keep going to have those people with the same goals as you. Yeah, I don't know, it's just so refreshing. Also, like, shout out to Marissa for actually, like, DMing because... I know, like, part of me, like, when she first followed, and then I followed back, and then she followed my personal, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I should DM her. But then, like, I don't know if I actually would have, like, gone through with it, because, like, I've never really done that before, like, actually DMing people. Like, I've commented on some people's podcast posts before, but I've never actually, like, DM'd them, and that's kind of, like, the thing that was missing from us actually making, like, podcast friends, is that, like, we haven't done that, and so I'm very glad that Marissa did, because I was just so excited, and we were so excited to like talk as a group and everything.
And like she'd even do it from like her podcast account, like she did it from like her personal, which I thought was like, oh my gosh, wait, that's so fun. Like
personal to personal. I liked that.
I love that. And Sam, I thought it was so funny that I'm taking back like 2 whole minutes, sorry, or however long, I don't know, but that you're like, yeah, we needed that break last week. I'm like we needed that 6-month break. Like we just came back 3 episodes and we're like, we need another break already. But I definitely think it was good for us to like regroup and just be thinking about like the direction we want to go. And I know like honestly like before right now we're like we don't know what we're going to talk about, but I feel like it's a good conversation already.
Yeah, I think honestly I'm going to be completely transparent with our audience right now.
Please.
So yesterday is the day that Issa and I were supposed to record. Not like, we're not even back in like a full like set schedule necessarily, but like we probably should have recorded yesterday. It was like the best option time wise.
Yeah. Wait, no, we were together like a long time on Monday, and it's now Wednesday.
Oh wait, yeah. So we didn't do anything yesterday, huh?
No, because you had your migraine.
Oh,
but that's beside the point.
I just forgot yesterday existed.
No, I know, me too. Because I was thinking it was Monday yesterday, but then I saw, like, the comments we made on the doc say April 25th, and it is currently the 27th. Sorry, not to, like, embarrass you in front of all like
No, but
3
I'm embarrassing both of us right now, so it's fine. So on Monday, we got together at like 3:30. You came over.
Yeah.
And then we got to like 4:30, and it's like, okay, that's fine. Like, we usually hang out for like an hour before we even record anyways. But like, we were struggling so hard to come up with what we wanted to talk about. And like, we have topics we want to do, but like, I think we're not ready to do them yet because we want to put a lot more time into them, I think.
Yeah, they're
and
ones
like,
where
things
like
we want guests for.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know.
We have a lot of tabled ideas.
Yes.
Like, just know that. Like, they're actually good ideas. We just haven't had the time to actually, like, put the work into, like, researching or, like, getting our thoughts down and stuff.
Yes. So we did all of our, like, tried and true methods of, like, getting inspiration. We scrolled through Pinterest. We watched
so long.
Reels. We just, like, went on our Instagram Explore pages. We looked at quotes. We looked at all this stuff.
We took quizzes.
We took personality quizzes. That's usually what we do. And we took this one. It was actually really fun.
I'm pretty sure mine's wrong, so I need to do it again.
Yeah, it's called Principles U, and maybe we'll talk about it more some other time.
Yeah, when we know more about
more
it.
accurate sounding results. But anyways, Issa left at
It's like 7.
6:30. No, like 7. Because I had my group meeting at 7:30. And yeah, so for that entire 3.5 hours,
We sat on her bed.
we sat on my bed
eating waffle fries,
Yeah,
doing
looking
literally
on
nothing.
Pinterest. Every like 10 minutes, one of us would just go, "Oh, this is so hard." And
No,
like, we just couldn't do it.
I was literally like, okay. And I told Sam, I was like, I feel like by saying okay, inspiration will strike me, but it never did. And so I said okay probably like 30 times in a row for like a straight minute, and like nothing happened. And we're like, okay, so we're gonna record the pod, we're gonna do some like H3R stuff, get, you know, not ahead, but like just because we're kind of late on it. We're gonna get like our stuff done. We're gonna like have a little work party. We did not.
None of that happened. And it was funny too because like I told Zeke, I said, yeah, we're gonna record. Put my phone down, did not go on my phone, like did not go on Snapchat, look at his snaps for like 2 hours, and when I finally responded, he was like, how was recording? And I was like, yeah,
We didn't.
we did not. But here we are now, and everything's okay.
Yeah, wait, how did he respond to that?
Oh yeah, I'll tell everyone. Then I told him that we didn't record because we didn't know what to talk about, and he said, he said you could do a Coachella recap.
Neither of us went to Coachella either weekend.
That's the funniest part about it. Also, like, because like for me, I'm like, oh yeah, like that could be fun. Like I would love to like roast people's outfits or like shout out good outfits, or like I love to talk about like clips I saw of some of my favorite artists. But I'm like, the thing is, that's not like the same as like Issa's favorites or like.
Yeah, I feel like our only in common favorite artist would be like Harry Styles. But honestly, for me, I mean like Lizzo's fine. I'm just not like a fan of her. But like Shania Twain, that was fun.
Right.
I mean, from what I saw, I wasn't there. Again,
So-
wasn't there.
See, this is our very miniature Coachella recap right now.
All for you, corn boyfriend.
I was so shocked to see that Billie Eilish brought out Hayley Williams for Weekend 2,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
sang Misery Business together. That was amazing. Also, Weekend 1, I don't know if she did Weekend 2, but Weekend 1, Doja Cat literally changed her outfit for every song in her set. It was insane. Anyways, that's what I have to say. Loved it.
Yeah, I like Shania Twain. I thought that was fun. And Harry Styles.
Oh, and you liked Logan Paul coming out during Olivia O'Brien.
That was so funny. I saw a TikTok about it. That's all I know. I honestly didn't even know that was at Coachella until right now.
Yeah,
So here
I didn't like. I didn't watch. A lot of people watch like the live streams.
Oh, I
of
did not.
Coachella. I didn't watch any of those. I just saw little clippies on TikTok.
Yeah, I just see whatever's on TikTok, which is not much. But I did see Shania Twain post about her entrance. I was like, iconic. That's what I want. Yep. So that's our Coachella recap.
So that's our Coachella recap.
All for you, corn boyfriend.
All right.
I feel like this really okay, I feel like we were leading into it better with like before our Coachella recap, but like this week, I mean, we've already had an episode kind of about it, just like feeling like unproductive in a productive world, but it's just like Sam was saying, yesterday we spent 3.5 hours trying to think of something to talk about. And then by the time 6:30 rolled around, we're like, I'm just here for fun now because there's no way we can record an episode with less than an hour before your meeting. I mean, we could, but I feel like our favorite episodes to record are like
When
the
they're longer.
hour 10 or so.
Yeah.
Like our 40-minute ones, like I feel like those aren't as fun. I mean, not like as fun, but like they aren't as interesting. I don't know, not us. But so like this week we're kind of talking about like burnout or feeling uninspired, and like I just feel like it's very, very real for us right now.
Very
Just
fitting.
at the end of, college. Well, Sam's at the end of college. I'm almost there. I mean, I'm at the end of my in-person college experience, which I'm so stoked about. But it's so hard. I literally feel so no thoughts, head empty all the time, and I still have a final paper to write, a final project to do, and 2 exams to take, and I just
Yeah, I think it totally wasn't and isn't still, like, it's not us being uninspired and like not having like topics we want to do. It's definitely just both of us being too burnt out from school that we can't even like think about talking, or like we feel like we can't talk enough, or like because we've spent so much time being so stressed, and like because like Issa said earlier, she's a big procrastinator, but like same. Me too. We very much relate on that. Oh my god, our personality test we took, it was like Likert scale, so like disagree to agree, like with like the strongly and stuff. And one of the questions was like, I procrastinate often or something, and when I read it out loud, we both go strongly agree. So yeah. I feel like that is like being a procrastinator. I feel like makes you so much more susceptible to burnout, because you like, you have to like rush and get so stressed with like that last minute pressure to do everything, that then like you also, I feel like you could sometimes get disappointed because you feel like you didn't do your best work, and so I feel like it's just so much easier to feel burnt out when you procrastinate, because like I know for me, I'm kind of like busy, like I'm a busy bee. I like to keep myself busy because like I do a lot of things. I'm really busy, but it's not always things that are like taking a lot of energy out of me, but the things that I procrastinate end up being the things that do end up taking all the energy out of me when I do it all very last minute, very quickly, so it makes me burnt out so fast.
Yeah, and like I've had a lot of conversations with my mom about it, because she's kind of a procrastinator too, but hers is a lot more high risk, I guess, with her profession being a paralegal and all. But I don't know, like I just feel like I do my best work when I have the deadline like quickly approaching, and because then I don't have time to like get distracted, and I don't have time to like not do the research and not do the work, or like not do my best like first time around, and then I don't have time to like second guess myself and be like, oh, I don't know about this, if this sounds okay, blah blah blah, and so like it's basically like first draft, final draft, and it has to be the best. And so I don't know, I don't like the pressure, but I also kind of like live off the pressure.
No, same. Like I usually like can't, this sounds so bad, but sometimes I feel like with schoolwork I can't find the motivation to start or like get good research or anything until the end, because then it like forces my brain to like actually think, what do you want this to be, and like what information do you want to include, because like you only have the time for that. And as much as I wish I could be like a person who makes a draft and then like edits it and like changes things here and there for like the whole week before it's due, I cannot. Like I, like you, first draft, final draft, maybe I'll read it through again and do just like spell checking and like grammar things, but like never once am I gonna like fully like add things and like change it a lot between.
I mean, like even in high school when we'd have to do like, okay, here's your first draft, or like here's your rough draft, and turn it in and be like, okay, I would make very minimal changes for my final, and like I would do like stellar basically like Same. On my rough draft to my final, and I just I don't know, it's like Annie once said, it's a hard knock life, but and like Sam, like what you were saying earlier, like just it honestly kind of is easier to feel burnt out instead of like putting the work in and then be like, okay, I'm gonna do a little bit each day. And no, okay, kind of like with reading. Like I cannot read for just like an hour because I'm like, okay, I want to finish the book now though. Like I just want to get something done like all in one sitting instead of like space it out. Mostly because I feel like competitive and like want to do things like efficiently and like, but yeah, I like getting things done all in one sitting because I feel like that's the most efficient thing for me instead of like trying to space it out. And because I'm like, oh, I could be productive for 20 minutes like right now and then 20 minutes later and then 20 minutes later, 20 minutes later. But like I'm not the kind of person who can like, I'll be like, okay, I have to do something later today. I can't just be like, okay, now what am I going to do until then? I'm either like getting ready the whole time and just sitting on my phone for a while until I'm ready to go, or I'm just not doing something later that day, you know, like if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But I just like doing like 6 hours of work in 6 hours rather than 6 hours of work spread out over the course of like 6 days.
I can kind of relate. Like I really try to do things earlier and I just can't.
Yeah.
But I feel like even if I do start like an assignment early, I still try to just do it all in one sitting instead of like not, because I know if I like start it and try to do it again later, it's just, I don't know, not gonna be good for me.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Like, I accidentally had an assignment due on Sunday that I forgot about, so I was doing it today, and I still haven't finished it, but I can't space it out. I have to do it all at once. And so, like, actually stopping for, you know, Sam and I to be together and, like, hang out and then record, I'm like, this is kind of killing me, not just doing it all at once.
Definitely. I try to, like when I am doing things in short deadlines, like when I'm writing a whole paper, like, the night before it's, like, due the next day, or, like, on the day it's due, I feel like I still try to give myself those, like, mini breaks where, like, each hour I try to give myself, like, like, a couple minutes to, like, go, like, on TikTok. Or I feel like I stop pretty frequently when I'm working to, like, talk to people on Snapchat, which I probably shouldn't because it's really distracting.
Yeah, same.
But I love responding quickly. It's just my thing.
Yeah, I love people knowing I don't have a life, so I'm always on my phone.
Yes, literally me. I'm just, like, always talking to people on Snapchat, like, every second of every day, which is probably not the best, but I try to stop every hour and give myself mini breaks, but it's so hard when, like, I'm like, what if one of those is, like, the amount of time that I end up needing at the very end when I'm, like, running out of time.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have taken a TikTok break. Like, I get so stressed, or, like, sometimes I'll, like, start feeling really gross, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I can't continue and that I'm not going to be able to finish this paper unless I shower. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But, you know what? I feel like I've always made it work.
No, like the other day, like Sunday morning when I was writing my paper, I started at like 4:30 because I was like, well, I'm clearly not going to sleep now that I'm, you know, awake. And so I started research it. By researching, I mean, like, we have this book that we have to use as, like, the sources. And so I was just going through, like, the reader, like, the textbook, and just, like, putting sticky notes in there, be like, okay, these are the sources I want to use for my argument, blah, 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 blah. And then at, like, 9 a.m., I was so much further along than I thought I was going to be. And Sam's like, hey, can you take me to my car on Greek Road? Because, like, we left it on Greek Road the night before. Yeah. And so, oh, frick, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. And, like, but I was like, oh, shoot, what if, like, I need this, like, 20 minutes later, like, down the road.
You kind of did.
Yeah, but, like, I was so far ahead of schedule that, like, I was honestly very impressed. Because, like, I got, like, all of my sources done in, like, 30 minutes. And I thought it was going to take, like, an hour or something. Because I accidentally skipped a lot of classes the past 3 weeks, and that was, and like, so like for my class we would discuss these sources, and then that's where I'd get like my notes and be like, okay, so I can talk about this in this way, I can talk about that in that way. I missed a lot of those, so I only had like 3 that I could out of, like, I don't know, 16 or whatever that I really knew. But, and so I got done a lot sooner than I thought I was going to, and then I took Sam to her car, spent like 20 minutes doing that, and then I like finished the paper like an hour before it was due, and then turned it in. I was like, oh my gosh, wait, okay, that's fine. Like, I guess I did need that 20 minutes, but, like, what if I did? And, like, that's always what scares me. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I should have started earlier, like, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I feel like that's where a lot of my anxious sleep comes from.
Well, because then, too, like, once you finished and, like, turned it in, then you were like, wait, I forgot that, like, I fully have to get ready. Like, you were like, I forgot about the part where, like,
Yeah.
after finishing the paper, I still need to get ready.
Yeah, because we had brunch
Yeah.
at 11 a.m. I was like, I was fully expecting to be late to brunch because I was going to be working on my paper, like, right up until 11. But then I was like, oh my gosh, I would still have to get ready right at 11. And then I would go there, get there 11:30 or something, looking half awake. And I felt half awake. And, like, a lot of things that Sam has told me about Sunday, I'm like, oh, I kind of remember that, but the whole day's really a blur because I was
You did
so
not sleep.
freaking exhausted. And I was like, my brain power, like, solely went to that freaking paper that I spent, like, 5 hours on. And then after that, it was just no thoughts, head empty. But then on Monday when she was talking about, like, some things that were talked about, like, during circle degree, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I do remember that. Because I was like, I don't know what we learned about, like, the Tridelta lore or whatever. And she's like, well, we talked about this and this and this. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, we did. So I guess I did learn something. I was like, just absolutely not. So I'm still honestly kind of feeling that 3 days later. I'm like, live, laugh, love.
I think my body has been forcing me to catch back up on all the sleep I was missing. Because as much of a procrastinator as I am and, like, doing things, like, on the last day and stuff, I feel like I still finish them early on to where I'm not staying up until the 11:59 p.m. deadline. But then that has happened to me for the first time in my college career this semester at pretty much every deadline for my group projects because I have people who won't work until 11, which has been terrible.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And so on Thursday, I stayed up until I turned my thing in at midnight. On Friday, I stayed up until me and my friend turned in our project at midnight. On Sunday, we stayed up until midnight turning it in. So all through those nights, too, me and my friend were, like, on FaceTime together for, like, the entire last hour, complaining and turning it in and just getting everything thrown together. And I just, like, did not realize how much that was going to affect my sleep. On Thursday, after I stayed up until 11:59 to turn it in, I went to bed and all night I had nightmares about that group project.
Oh my
which
gosh.
is crazy. Like, I don't know what, like, it was turned in, like, nothing else was gonna happen, but I was having dreams about, like, people working on it later than when I turned it in and somehow resubmitting it with really bad stuff on it, and yeah, I don't know, it's just never really impacted me that much. But yeah, so yesterday, the day I forgot that happened because of my migraine, I don't nap, like, I can never nap, but after my second class yesterday, I said to our friend Emily, I said, it's so weird, I don't nap, but, like, I feel like I could literally fall asleep right now, and I'm, like, walking around, like, I feel like I could knock out. I go home, I have, like, a Zoom call, and then I fell asleep. I really didn't feel good, and I really needed to eat and drink water, but I just fell asleep instead, woke up an hour later, drenched in sweat. It was, like, wild. Still didn't feel good, ordered food, ate it, started to feel a little better, and then I had another Zoom call to practice my presentation for today, and my brain was working at, like, very, very slow speeds. I, like, could not read my part very fast. I was, like, taking forever, and I was like, whoa, this is really strange. And then I went to bed right after that I went to bed at, like, 9:30, and woke up at, like, 7 today. So I got a lot of sleep in that I've been missing.
Wow.
And so now I kind of feel like a whole new person. But I do really feel like once you get, like, that brings me to my actual point in the story, is I was just thinking that I feel like when you get really burnt out and kind of, like, push off, like, your productivity, I feel like you develop, like, your unhealthy habits more when you're burnt out, because you don't have the energy to, like, keep up with your healthy habits. So, like, it's when I'm burnt out that, like, I won't go grocery shopping and I eat a bunch of fast food, which I've literally done this week so much, and or, like, I just start spending a lot of money and, like, doing all these things that just aren't so healthy, and it's simply just because I'm burnt out and don't have the energy to keep up with the healthy habits that I've developed, because I was really proud of myself this semester for a lot of my healthier habits that I started, but then the end of the semester came and they kind of crumbled.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, no, that's actually a really good point. Like, yeah, and like on the doc here, we're like, how to power through, but I really,
I
like,
kind of don't know.
the only way to power through is literally just like power through.
Just
like,
do it.
Unfortunately, like it sucks, but oh my gosh, when we were in the car at DQ on Monday, we were with Riley and she was driving and we were talking about like exposure therapy. I feel like this is exposure therapy.
Yeah.
Like for burnout. And we're like how do you do exposure therapy? And Riley's like, you just do it. Like you're like, how
how how hard that is for like it. People make it sound so easy that they're like, well, you just do it. You feel like not doing it? Well, just do it.
Just do it. Like opposite action.
Yeah. We're like, there's no way that like works. Like,
I mean, I guess right now, but
yeah.
Yeah, especially, oh my gosh, especially coming off of our terrible brainstorm session yesterday where we didn't brainstorm a single thing. But, like, I mean, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, no, honestly, like, from these 4 years of college, like, this always happens to me because I'm a procrastinator, that I get to the end and I, like, do all my final papers, like, the last 2 days and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And even when I probably did have a lot of time to work on them earlier on, and, like, honestly, my answer to powering through is, just do it. Because, like, honestly, like, once you get too far and, like, you don't have any more time to procrastinate, that's really your only option. I mean, maybe some people are able to get extensions on things, but usually
not finals.
Not finals.
Not finals.
So you kind of just,
have to do it.
I think the way to power through is, like, you just do it, and if it means, like, losing your healthy habits and doing the unhealthy things, you just can't, like, shame yourself for that because you did what you need to do to get through and get it done. So, like, I'm trying so hard to not, like, get down on myself for, like, oh, not cleaning our kitchen and my room, like, or things made messy. But then I'm like, I don't have the energy for that, and that's okay. And I'm getting the important things done, and this can wait until next week. Like, that's just how that's the, like, narrative I'm trying to play with my mind.
Yeah. And, like, I think you make a really good point there in just, like, giving yourself grace and compassion because, and also just, like, recognizing, like, these unhealthy habits. Like, for me, I know I've been getting, like, really, I mean, I already get annoyed very easily, but I feel like I've been getting annoyed with people, like, so much faster and just so, like, much littler things than usual. And Sam, I've told you a lot about it, so but like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, school is coming to an end and, like, I'm just getting stressed with all these things and I'm gonna be doing all these things and I don't know. And so, like, recognizing that I think is really important, but then also giving yourself, like, the, like, self-grace and compassion, just being like, okay, it's okay, but also don't take it out on those people. Even though I am feeling annoyed, like, I can't take it out on them because it's not actually anything they're doing. It's just me making a bigger deal out of things than it actually needs to be. Because, like, usually I'd be like, oh, whatever. But right now I'm like, oh, that's so freaking annoying. Like, I just want that to stop. Or, like, I need them to just stop complaining about this or stop doing that. And then here I am complaining to Sam and, like, Emily and, like, all these people and, like, my mom all the time be like, oh, I hate this, I hate that, blah, blah, like, this sucks. And then they're probably like, you said get over yourself. I'm like, I just need to get over myself. But, yeah, I mean, kind of, like, what is it, like, 12-step program, like, whatever. It's like, recognize you have a problem.
Yes, the first step is recognizing you have a problem.
Yeah, and so I think that's really important. It's just, like, the fact that, like, you recognize it, that's so big and that's so important because, like, it's really hard to, like, recognize it in yourself. It's so easy recognizing it in others, but then, like, if someone tells you and then you're like, no, I don't. But, like, if you're able to be, like, big enough and bold enough to admit that you do, or, like, you are annoyed, or, like, you are stressed, or you are burnt out, like, any of these things or whatever, like, bad habits, then it's like, okay, that's the first step. Now what's the next step? Like, what do I do after this? Give yourself grace. Give yourself compassion for it. Because you're not going to be at your best if you don't give yourself grace. You're not going to be at your best if you're just, like, complaining, if you're just being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't do this, or I can't believe I didn't do that. Like Sam saying, like, okay, I'm not cleaning my room right now. I'm not cleaning my kitchen, blah, blah, blah. But that's okay. Like, like what Bailey said, like, maybe just being okay with myself is enough.
Oh, and see, she pulled the quote out this time. We got it. It's still there.
And, like, for that exact reason, like, that's why that quote resonated with me the most. And it's like, okay, maybe just being okay with myself is enough for right now. Like, tomorrow, I can be more than okay with myself. But for right now, it's just I need to be okay. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not okay with myself, then what can I do to change that?
Yeah. I really think, because the other thing, like, why it's so important to give yourself that grace and compassion is because at the end of the day, like, it is such a big accomplishment to, like, finish a semester of school. Like, you don't really realize until you're done, like, how much you were put through it. It's, like, college especially, like, even in, like, maybe, like, you're taking, like, a bunch of AP classes in high school or something, too, but, like, from my college experience especially, like, sometimes, like, and it's usually spring semesters, are rough, and I just, like, really get put through it. Like, you are challenged so much mentally because you have to prioritize school, and, like, in a lot of instances, like, there is no time for, like, your mental health, and, like, that sucks that, like, the entire, like, institution, I guess, of education, like pushes that narrative that, like, you don't have time to do this, this, and this, like, you should be completing all your work. Oh my gosh, like, at the beginning, during, like, syllabus week, when they say that, like, for a 3-credit class, you should be putting in 3 hours of work outside of class for each day the class meets. So, like, if this class meets 3 times a week, you should be putting in at least 9 hours
or
outside of class doing this. And it's like, you need to be reading the textbook chapter before you come to class. And I'm like, well, I just had an assignment due in every single class this week that I had to work on. When was I going to read that? And when do I have time to, like, read just books I want to read? And when do I have time to go to work to, like, pay for things? Or, like, when do I have time to treat myself, or, like, take a longer shower, or, like, I don't know, like, do these nice things? It's just kind of wild that, like, I feel like sometimes, especially once you're, like, in your senior year, you're so far into college, you are, like, in the college rhythm, and you forget how hard it is on your body, on your mind, until, like, you're done. And so it is a really big accomplishment to finish each semester, like, even if you don't get the grades you wanted, just to be able to say, you know what, I did it, I finished, and, like, now I move forward with the next thing. Because, I don't know, I just feel like once you're really in the rhythm of school, you forget that it's a really hard thing.
And, like, Sam, to go along with that, like, yeah, being a student is, I mean, like, if you're a full-time student, it's basically, like, a full-time job.
Yeah.
But then people even have jobs on top of that to, like, help get them through and stuff. And, like, so taking just 12 credits a semester, you're supposed to be putting in 36 hours of work outside of class. When classes are already like about an hour, or, like, hour 15, depending on, like, what day it is. And and then, like, for 15 credits, you're putting in 45 hours outside of class, and then for 18 credits you're putting in 54 hours outside of class. It's like, again, it's just like, even with, like, someone with, like, a 9 to 5, that's a 40-hour week. We should not be expected to be putting in more than a full-time job when, 1, we're paying for this, 2, we're basically just paying for a piece of paper that we could probably get. I mean, not like we can't get that piece of paper, but, like, we'll get more out of actual real life experiences than we are going to in any classroom.
Well, I think a lot about, like, platforms, like, this sounds like an ad. I think about Skillshare. Like,
yeah.
I think about things like that where, like, you can sign up and you can take these, like, little courses. You can, like, and a lot of them are things that, like, you should know in a lot of industries that, like, people go to college to work in and don't get taught. Like, I know for, like, me and my major, a big thing I need to know is, like, a lot of Excel. We had, like, one class that went a lot deeper into Excel, but we haven't really done that same application further, and I took it 2 years ago, fully online. So, like, I don't know as much in Excel for the industry I want to work in as I'm expected to know going into it. And, like, it's things that, like, I could go on, like, even LinkedIn and watch, like, the, like, video tutorials of things on LinkedIn, and, like, you can literally find whatever, like, niche thing you want to know. You can fully learn it yourself, self-taught.
Yeah,
for
like,
so
literally
many things.
YouTube. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I just... And this also isn't to say, like, if you've dropped out of school, or if you didn't go to college, or, like, whatever, that, like, you shouldn't be proud of yourself, because, like, that's not what we're saying at all. Like, everyone here knows I wanted to drop out for so long, but, like, it's just, there's just so much work that I think is so unnecessary, but then more and more jobs and more industries are requiring this little piece of paper just because it's, like, oh, you went to college. Oh, you did extra education or whatever, and it's like, but if I'm not as well prepared as someone who's like been in this or like who's actually studied like specifically this or whatever, then why should I be hired versus this other person who knows so much more about this industry? If that makes sense. I don't know. I don't really like where this whole education thing has gone. Like, don't get me wrong, I think education's super important, super great, super good, but I don't think that we should be required to have a degree to go into a specific field. Like basically required to have a degree to go into any given field, because I just think that's ridiculous. But
I think about like kind of like the whole new thing where it's like it's like the fangirls are like the future and are the ones who are starting to run the entire music industry.
Yeah.
Like I think about how like it's like people genuinely have used like the fact that they ran like stan accounts in middle school that were like huge fan accounts for like One Direction and things. They've used it to get really good internships.
Resumes, yeah.
And like it's helped them get jobs in actual like marketing for like within the music industry, and to like work in production and work with these groups and manage bands and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, because who knows it better than the fangirls themselves, and like
who did the work and got
like
the
you
fans,
shouldn't
and like
be looking at like these people who have degrees in like business comm and stuff from well-known like big universities because they had like the money to go there and things, versus like somebody who like literally they can show that at like 12 years old some of these people grew accounts with hundreds and thousands of followers and amazing engagement, and like they have perfected the art of social media marketing without a degree. 12 years old,
like literally, and like we're able to like get in contact with said artist or management or something, and like they work together and stuff, and like that's a perfect example of like working in an industry where like you'll learn so much more in real life than, and like this goes for anything, like you'll learn so much more in the actual business than you will in a classroom, but also like classroom is good for like getting you ready and prepared and blah 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 blah. But like Sam, I'm sure you learned so much more at Buckle over the summer than you have probably in your 3-4 years
literally
now. And, like,
I've never had a class do anything about styling, like ever, really.
Like, and that's what you want to do.
Yeah, like I had like one class where we had to make like we pretty much did like a service where we were like everybody, like every group made like a styling service company, and we like, but it was pretty much to get practice making a website, practice interviewing your like target customer. Like we picked someone in real life to interview with all these things, and then we like made like on like PowerPoint and Photoshop we made like flat lay things that look like those like Tumblr outfit things on like Instagram Explorer, where
Love
like
that.
they have like the shirt and the pants and stuff, and then they like put where everything's from. So it was like doing things like that, and so that's literally the only styling focus we've had. I know some people have gotten involved with like if they work on like the club doing the fashion show, like obviously they're helping dress people backstage and send them out and stuff, but that's not even close to like, what about corporate styling? What about fashion photography? What about all these other options? I was actually just talking about this today with people in my major about how we think that so right now our major is split into two categories, design or merchandising. And you can pick either track or both, and it changes which classes are required for you to take. And we think that it actually should be split into 3, and we should have design, merchandising, and product development, which like design does a little bit more with product development, but product development is a huge thing that a lot of people work in. Sorry, I'm getting so off topic, but like those people could be taking more of the like sourcing classes, more textiles, more product development classes. Then the merchandising people could maybe have more classes on actual like marketing, and we could be required to take more of those classes rather than us randomly having to take like classes on sourcing when like literally I'm only in the merchandising program because I'm gonna be a stylist, and like I'm not in merchandising because I want to work in like the product development side. Like I want to be in the creative end, but I don't want to be a designer, so I'm not doing design because I'm not gonna say I can't make a collection. I think I could have done it, but that's not my strong suit. I'm more digitally creative.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I don't know. It's just really interesting, and I think there's a lot more ways that could be better to actually prepare us for our career paths. And that's like why I feel like college is so hard, because it kind of makes you like follow one path to get to your industry, and it doesn't actually align with what that industry looks like in the real world most of the time.
Mm-hmm. And like, especially if you're in, social sciences, don't know what you want to do.
Right.
So you have concentrations in administrative studies, like basically business, psych, and comm. You as in Issa, like, I can't get into so many classes because I'm not actually like in that
you can't,
major.
like, take the upper levels of them.
Yeah, and like, because like a lot of psych, like upper level psych classes, like it needs to be like, need to be like admitted to the psych major, or like comm, like it must be admitted to comm major and have taken comm like 210 or comm 300 or whatever with like a C or better. And it's like, I can't take these ones that are so interesting, and like, because I'm not like that specific major, even though it's a concentration, so it's basically like half a major, more than a minor. But yeah, and like I can't even get into like some of the classes because I don't have them in my minors yet, and like I'm gonna add psych and comm as minors over the summer because I'm taking classes to fulfill like the minor credits or requirements or whatever. It's a long story, but it's so difficult, and like I feel so bad for like the people who are undecided, because like clearly they don't know what they want to do.
The fun classes are gate kept from you,
literally.
And I'm like, I want to give you my money to take this class. Like, I want to pay to take this class because it sounds so interesting, but I can't take it.
No, like there was a Comstrat class, like strategic communications or like advertising, basically, a class that was like about social media and like marketing that way. And I was like, that would be so good because then I could like learn more from that class and like apply it to like H3R, apply it to like the pod and like my own personal brand too. Like, but I can't take it because I'm not in like the comm major, and because I haven't taken like a comm class, or like a specific comm class with a C or better before or whatever. And it's like, that one I want to take it so bad, and I think it would be so beneficial to me, but I can't take it.
That's so rude.
I know. And then there's another one that I'm planning to take. I really hope there's a spot available by the time I get in, but I like couldn't take it either because I don't actually have comm as a minor. So I emailed the department. I was like, hey, I really want to take this class, but I'm just 3 credits short, and I was planning on like using a comm class like over the summer to add and be able to like certify in a comm minor. Would I be able to do that? And then they're like, oh my gosh, like you've done your research, blah blah. Yeah, you just need like 18 credits in like a comm journalism class or classes to be able to minor in it. So yeah, we'll set this up with the registrar and get you into the minor, even though you've only taken 15. Well, I'm like, great, cool. So hopefully I'll be able to take it, but it's so much, and I'm like, I really am just feeling so burnt out. So like, I kind of coming back to like our main topic, I guess, just like so burnt out and like uninspired. I'm like, I really want to take that social media class because I thought it would be so fun and just like learning how to like advertise and market better. But now I'm like, just like Comstrat 301, like basics of persuasion, I guess. But so hopefully it'll be relatively easy and I'll still like learn stuff. But I don't know, like, I don't know. It's a hard knock life again.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it. I just think like burnout is so real, and I feel like it's really interesting that like I feel like it wasn't until COVID that like universities even addressed burnout at all. Like it wasn't until we were doing Zoom school that they were like, burnout is real.
Like Zoom burnout. It's like I felt burnt out like, since before Zoom.
What about classroom burnout? Like what about social interaction burnout? What about when your social battery runs out? Like what about when you like literally have to trek through campus in the snow? Like all these things, or like when it's
the hot days of summer.
So I'm like, was burnout not real before? And because like we got mental health days. Like we got random like little Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays off when we were doing school over Zoom that were like mental health days, like to avoid Zoom burnout. But why can't we have those in the regular semester now? Like that would have maybe helped me adjust back to in-person more. Yeah, I don't know. It's just really interesting. I think burnout is kind of a new discussion within schools, which I think is so wild, and it should have been a hot topic before.
And I think, like, especially with what you just said, like, they talked about it during Zoom, so why don't we have it now after Zoom? It's like...
Because physically going to class takes a lot of energy.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
obviously, Zoom burnout was very real because it was so easy to feel so much more tired. You can't get out of your house as much as you want to. Like, that was just as valid of burnout as this burnout. But I think that, like, in-person burnout is so real, especially coming back from being online. And, like, trying to, like, relearn how to be social in, like, a 40-hour school week, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier, like, also the other thing about classes and, like, the amount of work you're expected to do outside of class not being, like, actually realistic in a regular life schedule, like, it totally, like, does not account for, like, your time to get any, like, physical activity in or, like, actually have your meals, like, time to cook meals and eat and, like, nurture your body and time to also, like, go to work. Like, I know, like, when I go to work, I'm, like, just part-time on campus. I work for, like, 12 hours a week. I work 4 days a week for 3 hours each, but a lot of people do, like, a lot more than me, and they work for, like, 6 hours at a time. Like, most people don't work for under 4 hours at a time, so if they're going to class from 9 a.m. to, like, probably 2 or 3, because sometimes you have breaks in between. Some people have classes all the way from 9 to 3, and then they work from, like, 4 to 8, and then what do? Like, they're gonna have dinner, and then what, you want them to read their textbook until midnight, and then still be able to wake up at 7, shower, do all these things. Like, where's the time for that?
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah. And then, I mean, and don't get wrong, like, I know that not working on the weekend isn't, like, the most plausible thing, which is totally understandable. Like, when I have got a big girl job, whatever that may be, like, I fully expect to work at least, like, a few hours on the weekend. But I also want, you know, a good chunk of time just to myself where I don't have to be thinking about work, where I don't have to be thinking about, like, oh my gosh, blah, blah, you know, and it's just, I don't know, I feel like school and, like, college, at least in my experience, has just created such unrealistic expectations. I mean, also depending on, like, what industry you go into, because, like, my mom, like, she's a paralegal. She works probably, like, 80-hour weeks. Not probably, she like, especially during trial, like, she works 80-90 hour weeks, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then she's not supposed to work on the weekend. Like, during COVID, she wasn't supposed to work more than 40-hour weeks, and she's like, that's not possible. And then they kept bringing it down, and she's like, I can't even, like, count some of my hours that I work because they don't want to pay me for X amount of hours, you know. And it's like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, certain industries, like, they expect so much out of you, but then they're also like, we don't want that, though. We want you to do just this amount, but also you need to do all of this stuff. And it's like, it's annoying.
It reminds me of, like, I saw a TikTok of someone talking about how weird it is. Like, they're talking about the saying of people always saying, like, oh, college, the best 4 years of your life. And because we are, like, taught that what you should do is go to college, those are your glory days, you live them out, and then you get your big adult job, and then you're taught to, like, literally work, like, feed into, like, working for years, and then hopefully, like, you just, like, spend your whole life working, and so hopefully you love what you do, and then maybe you can retire at 60, and then you get to enjoy your adult life once you're that old. Like, it's just so interesting, like, this whole expectation of, like, you will become, like, a slave to working for years and years and years, and so your only options of when you should have time for yourself and enjoy your life is when you're 20 to 24 and
or when you're old
65
and frail.
plus. Yeah. Like, what? It's just really interesting, that whole view on life, that outlook. So I definitely think that's why a lot of people are turning to want jobs in, like, social media and, like, influencing and things like that, because you get to enjoy your, like, younger life years more.
No, and something I've come to realize is, like, this past, I would say 2 years, like, I've really been struggling, like, okay, do I want to work in, like, sports industry? Because, like, a lot of people know, like, I went into college with, like, sport management degree. And so, like, I've known I wanted to, like, work in the sports industry since, like, my, like, summer of freshman going to sophomore year of high school. But, like, I'm like, oh, I don't know. And, like, I really love concerts, so I think that would be fun too, like, working in the music industry. I'm like, okay, well, like, I've got connections to, like, the music industry, not really any connections to the sport industry, but, like, we'll see, maybe, I don't know. And so I've, like, the past 2 years, I've really been struggling. I'm like, okay, what am I going to be able to, like, enjoy the most? Like, you know? And so, but recently, I came to the conclusion that I think I want to work in the sports industry, but marry a musician. Like, no, and then Ryan Funk, who, you know, we love her.
Oh, we love her.
She tweeted the other day, she's like, I was made for the rock star wife life. I'm like,
Retweet?
yeah. No, I did. And I'm like, that, I don't know, like, it's so appealing to me. And because if I work in the music industry, then I can basically kind of only be with, like, one artist or, like, the venue and then have, like, a whole bunch of artists. But I think it'd be fun to, like, be able to travel. So that's why I want to go in sport industry, and, like, travel with, like, a team, because I feel like that would be more enjoyable being with, like, my favorite team than with a favorite you know. Anyways, but I don't know. It's just so much, and, like, that definitely takes away from, like, the whole point of being, like, burnt out and, like, funny, feeling uninspired. But I thought that was really funny. And then I don't know, another thing that, I don't know, Sam and I have been talking about since yesterday is, like, a fun little trip over the summer, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
A little road trip.
Celebrate not being burnt out from school anymore, which
Yeah.
you might be in your classes still at the time, but whatever.
Yes, but I will work around that. Like, I'll make sure to do stuff.
But yeah, we think it would be so fun to, like, take a road trip because, I don't know, it's just fun. It's summery. Like,
Yeah.
I had road trips last year and, like, I don't know, like, we could get so much good content.
We're talking about going to, like, Denver or
I love Denver.
or what is it? Rapid City?
Rapid City.
Rapid City, South Dakota. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like that has been really exciting for me, and just in this time of feeling burnt out and uninspired, I'm like, okay, well,
something to look
like,
forward to.
yeah, and it's like, even if it doesn't actually happen, which I'm really hoping it does, but even if it doesn't actually happen, it's giving me something to, like, be excited about right now in this time of, like, kind of dread and, like, stress.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's just my 2 cents about kind of nothing and everything all at the same time.
Like, even if we don't do, like, a big road trip, we could do, like, a small one. Like, Issa and I, like, just us together, like, we could go out to, like, the coast of, like, the state.
Oh yeah,
like,
we have
Pac
gone
Beach.
there.
Oh my god, it's so fun.
Add more to the Washington
like-
State County counter.
Or, like, the coast of Oregon is, like, so good. We could do that. Like, cute things. Small things.
Yeah, the
Small
United
journeys.
States is our oyster.
It really is. We'll get around
Yeah.
sometime.
Yeah, but also with Sam's busy schedule.
I'll be getting around to the States.
I know, and then my various
I'll
concerts.
send you my schedule,
Yes.
and then you can just, like...
I hope you go to UW, because I want to get a house
Same.
tour. No, because you'll just be like, oh my gosh,
I want to help them with their
Issa.
recruitment.
Issa, my good friend Issa from Seattle, Washington, just happens to be at UW right now. Should we get a house tour? I'll be like, oh my gosh, Samantha Blocher, CDC.
And then I'll be like, does anybody want to be on our podcast this week?
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny.
Traveling podcasts.
Get all the presidents on the pod.
Yes.
That could be fun.
That'd be kind of iconic. Consideration.
I love it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I really have to say about burnout and feeling uninspired. Because, like, we talked about so many
We talked
things.
about
That
a lot of
wasn't really
things.
it. But,
I think it's because we're feeling it right now.
Yeah.
We're feeling a lot of burnout, so...
but we got, like, a surprisingly... Well, for me, it was a good conversation that, like, I
Yeah.
didn't really expect to...
It was just really coming as we were talking. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
really think about a lot of those things I ended up saying until now. Like, I think I just challenged myself to actually think a little deeper into, like,
Yeah.
the effects of burnout, like, what maybe makes it worse, like,
Mhm.
what, things we wish would be different with burnout, like, wishing that, like, the university would recognize it a little bit more.
Yeah. So I think a challenge in that, at least, like, for me, is, like, recognizing it in myself and being like, okay, what do I need to do to kind of regroup and recharge?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Or, like-
whether the institution that I work for or attend school at is going to do that for me. Like, what can I do for myself in this moment or
Yeah.
like at this time?
I even think like a big thing with like burnout is like also once you're to the point where you are so burnt out, you also just like don't have the energy to like really ask like anyone for help or like because like also like especially when we get to like dead week and finals week, we really think like, oh, like I don't want to complain about like feeling really burnt out because I know all my friends are too, and like I don't want to ask this person to hang out even though I would like love to spend time with them to like lift my spirits because I know they're probably like doing all these assignments and don't have time for me and like all those things. So like I mean right now me and Issa are burnt out in solidarity, but like
Yeah.
I feel like it is a harder time to like lean on your friends when like you know you're all hitting that point.
But then it's also
but you really
almost
should.
easier.
Yeah, because you
you're
can
all
all
feeling
support
it.
each other.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. And next week it's gonna be so hectic because like have finals and like projects to do. But like I am going to Spokane tomorrow night, Thursday night, when the pod comes out. Actually, the pod comes out in the morning, but that night. Anyways, I'm going to Spokane because my mom's in Spokane for trial this next week, and she's getting there tomorrow. So I'm gonna be spending the weekend in Spokane with my mom because I feel like that's gonna be the best environment for me to like kind of be away from people and like be able to like hunker down, like do work and stuff. But I'm also really stressed because I'm like, I have all this time to do work, but am I gonna do work?
Right.
Or are we just gonna watch our shows? But I'll hopefully do a lot of work and then maybe read. I don't know, we'll see. And then next week I'm planning on going home after like a final on Monday to like move stuff out, which means I have to pack things up.
Oh my gosh, I have to pack things next week because when my parents come to visit, I want to send them with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So that it's like less stuff for me to take
Maybe
later.
we could have a packing party.
Oh yeah, because I think they're probably gonna come in my dad's truck, so I feel like I can just pack a bunch of. I'm trying to send most of my clothes with them because after that, like it's really not a whole lot of time in Pullman for me. So I think if I can already like I know I'm gonna send like all my chunky sweaters and big jackets and like my snow boots.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be so hectic, but I will make sure to make time for the pod next week.
Yes. Same.
I'm so stressed about it though.
All I have next week, like my entire academic career, right now, all that's left is I have a paper due on Monday, my final paper, and then a test on Thursday. So I've got some time. Oh, and a bunch of assignments from my Vegas trip that I still need to do, but I think I'm gonna do them this weekend.
Oh my gosh. Also, 2 weeks ago, yeah, so this would have been my thorn last week. I went home for the weekend for Easter, and I left my computer at my apartment in Pullman. That was awful. And so I literally didn't have my computer for 5 days because I went home on Thursday, and then I came back on Monday. And it was literally the worst. And then I was like listening to Bailey's episode, and I realized that there's like a good like 5-10 seconds or whatever of just like silence, like kind of at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And it's because I accidentally cut out a part where you were like where you were like talking, like we were laughing about something, and then you said something, but I accidentally cut that part out, and I was like, oh no. And I was like, oh, I'll just fix it when I get home. And then I realized when I got to like Airport Road, like turn left onto 26, I think it is at that point, like outside of Colfax. Anyways, I realized I don't have my computer with me. I was like, I'm not turning back 45 minutes to get my computer. I was like, well, I am SOL for the weekend. But, you know, I was like, well, now it's out and I can't do anything about it. So there's just gonna be like 5 seconds of silence. But luckily it wasn't anything like important. I mean, not that you talking is not important.
But like it was like it made sense. Like it didn't make anything confusing. It just like when I was listening, I thought I just like accidentally paused it. And then I like went and looked and I was like, oh no, I didn't. And then I started talking again.
I didn't even notice it until I listened to it probably for like the 5th time. And when I finally maybe it was in the car. I can't remember if it was in the car when I was like at home. Anyways, but like listening back to it like that first night, I did not hear it. I did not notice it. When I definitely could have fixed it and like gotten it up because like I always upload it before 9 a.m. and then I just scheduled to publish.
Oh wait, same. Like I didn't notice it until when I listened to it the next day.
Yeah, and so anyways, that's like so off topic, but I don't even know.
You guys know, we know it's there.
Yeah. So that is my bad. Issa, that's embarrassing. Yeah, I know. I feel like I had a point to that, but then I just totally forgot what it was. So now there's just that little fun fact that I accidentally cut out a whole like 5-10 seconds of a conversation, but it's fine. Oh my gosh.
I feel like we've hit our delirious point.
Yeah, it's only 7:30 in the PM. It's not even 11 o'clock, so it shouldn't
Also,
be, right?
The Masked Singer is on tonight.
Oh, did I watch that? Oh, I did not watch last week's.
Oh no, I was going to say, Riley and I are going to be watching it if you want to watch it with us, but you haven't seen last week.
Well, I know who it was, because I saw... I saw the spoilers last week because I forgot, and then I was like, oh,
Honestly,
but like, I'll watch it.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah. So that's all I've got. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, that's it.
Bye.
Hey, nice for time.
Oh, fun.
Oh, I love that.
Don't turn orange for tomorrow.
That was so funny.
Yeah, I think I've said a lot of my thoughts on burnout, and I'm sure I could have more at a time that I'm not.
Yeah, I feel like we'd have better tips and tricks when we're not. But right now, it's just like really in the thick of it. Yeah. And, burnout, I feel like, I mean, honestly, maybe there aren't really tips and tricks. I mean, I'm sure other people have them, but I definitely don't.
Just
and like,
ride in the wave.
Burnout is just one of those exposure therapy things where like you just have to do it. You just have to push through, and yeah, just push through. Yeah.
But I guess if we do have one thing of advice that we just kind of talked about is like, don't be afraid to like tell your friends that you're feeling really burnt out. Out of like fear that like they don't have the energy for you either or something. Because like chances are like they might be like, oh my gosh, me too. Like because it could be so comforting to like literally just sit together and work on the things you need to do, or like sit together and like watch a comfort movie and like spend time with each other to like lift your spirits. Like, it could just be like so good to like lean on each other.
Yeah. That's good. I like that, Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, oh my gosh, it's been an hour. Or like over an hour now. I'm honestly very surprised with how well that went. Like, I feel like the first few minutes were kind of dragging along. And then it got to 40 minutes. I was like, oh, are we going to have anything else to say? And then 30 minutes later, it's like, oh, we had so much to say, apparently. But, Sam, how about you start us off with closing out the episode with your song of the week?
All right, my song of the week. I kind of had a hard time picking a song of the week, but I decided to go with "Passion" by REC and Louis the Child, because I've determined this is going to be like one of my core songs of the summer. Like, it is just very summery. It's peppy. It made me want to drive around with my sunroof open. So that's my song of the week. I very much recommend it if you're looking for an uplifting bop. Issa, what's your song of the week?
My song of the week is by Mr. Morgan Wallen. His new song, Don't Think Jesus, it's so good. I love it. I love Morgan Wallen. But it was so funny because like we wrote down our songs of the week on Monday when we thought we were gonna record, but then we clearly did not. And I was like, oh my gosh, Sam, because like she started playing hers a little bit, and I was like, wow, that's very different from mine. And like, I mean, if you know anything about Morgan Wallen, or if you know anything about anything, you'll know that Morgan Wallen's country and Passion is not country. So I was like, wow, we have very different songs of the week this week. Anyways, that's my long-winded version of saying our songs of the week are very different. From one
As
another.
usual.
Yeah. But also special shout out to Champagne by Valley, which is coming out tomorrow, or when the pod comes out. So I'll be putting that one on the playlist too
Amazing.
when it comes out.
As you should.
Yes.
We love Valley.
We love Valley. Still upset that we missed them this year because they came to Seattle on a freaking Wednesday or Tuesday or something. It's like, oh, excuse me. It's like couldn't get out of Pullman on a Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever it was. Anyways, beside the point. Yeah, thanks for sticking along and listening for as long as you did. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. And yeah, just make sure to, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Tell your friends about us. And, follow us on Instagram. get us more followers. Our Instagram looks so good now, though. Well, it's starting to look so good.
It's cute.
I've thought about like going through and like just deleting like the old posts, but I'm like, no, I won't, because even though it's honestly kind of embarrassing, it shows our growth. Humbling. It shows our growth into what it is now or what it's becoming. And yeah, also go like our reels. They're so fun. I love reels.
We're becoming very big fans of Instagram reels.
Yeah, I need to make more of my personal. But anyways, thank you, Sam, so much for spending another evening with me and for talking with me for so long. And I just hope you have a really great rest of your day.
Thanks, Issa, and likewise to you all.
Bye.